Well, hello there, everyone. Good morning if it's morning, good afternoon, or good evening, or hopefully you're doing well here at midnight, whatever time it is when you watch this. It is Sunday, December the 5th, year 2021. I'm going to talk a little bit about the daily grind of life. Life can be a grind at times. I understand that completely. I have ground away basically all my life. I'm finally at a chapter of my life where I can kind of kick back and just say, what a life! Because I have been there. I've referenced it before. I have dug holes, planting trees. I've mucked stalls. I've had a horse reach over and bite my shoulder one time. I've had a horse step on my foot before where it's like I couldn't get it out. Big old horse had to get his leg lifted up to get it off my foot. I rode dirt bikes as a teenager where I slid in the mud, having fun, but I could bounce right back up. And I've worked plenty of jobs. In the Navy, I had to get up dark 30 sometimes. I had to go PT. I had to get up and go, just once I finished all the schooling, just go to work. Stand duty every 4 days. Maybe had the midnight to 4 watch. Maybe had the 4 to 8 watch in the morning. Midnight to 4 watch. I remember being in electronics school. I would try to lay down to sleep 10:30 at night to get a nap before the watch. I couldn't do it. Couldn't fall asleep because I knew I had to get up and be shaved and uniform and everything and go stand and watch, usually quarter till midnight. And by 4 o'clock in the morning, or roughly when I'm getting relieved, and it's like, I'm exhausted, go lay down, and next thing I know, the clock's gone off, time to get back up, 6 o'clock in the morning, and get about the daily grind. And it's tough, I understand, to be disciplined. It's tough to stay focused. But you got to look at the big picture. Sometimes with young folks, they see the end result and they want that now. It's instant gratification. They want it now. But there's a process to go through. Sure, there's a few lucky individuals that will get it really quick. They invest in the right crypto, the right real estate, the right stock, and their wealth just explodes and they got it right now. But for the strong majority of us, we have to keep plugging away for a long time. Especially if you're young and you're looking ahead, you're 25 years old, and you think, wow, when I'm 40, I'm old. That's 15 years away. That's a long time. But guess what? Those 15 years, if you're 25, those 15 years will fly by. Because it happens. And when you look back on time, it passed by quickly. But when you're young and you're looking ahead, it's like it's a long way to go. Got my green tea here. So anyway, the daily grind of life. I remember being in the Navy, just getting up, driving to work. The sun would be in my eyes, it'd be in the morning. Or the sun's in my eyes as it's setting as I'm getting off work. Because I just worked all night. I used to work a 3 12-hour days in a row, 372, 396, something like that. 3 12-hour days, 72 hours off, 3 12-hour nights, 96 hours off. But the Navy said you could not have 4 days in a row off. So on that 4th day, we'd have to come in and do mandatory training at like 7:30 in the morning for maybe an hour or 2 or 3, just to break up that 4 days off because they wouldn't allow that. In police work, I worked a schedule, rotating shifts, 12-hour days, 12-hour nights, where we worked 14 shifts out of 28 days. Sounds great, doesn't it? You only work 50% of the time. But in those 14 days we worked, there were 7 days and 7 nights. They were broken up like 4 12-hour nights in a row, get off, have 2 or 3 days off, work 3 daylights in a row, get off, have a full day off, come back and work 3 nights in a row, get 3 days off, come back and work 4 daylights in a row and get 7 days off. First time I heard that when I was getting my background investigation, I was like, 7 days off? Once a month? 7 days off? Guess what? You need that 7 days off to recover because your body has... People complain about daylight savings when the time shifts by 1 hour. That schedule goes from working 12-hour days, having to be at work at 6:45 in the morning, to switching and having to be at work at 6:45 at night to work a 12-hour night, and back and forth and back and forth. Some of you out there have done something similar, so you know what I'm talking about. It's hard. It wears on you. It's the daily grind of life. But throughout all of this, we gotta stay focused on the big picture at the end, because most of us are going to make it. Some of us will fall off on the wayside, a variety of things, car accidents, falling off a boat, drowning, swimming and drowning, getting shot in a crime, whatever, getting some disease. That happens to a segment of society, but for the most of us, and we don't know who's going to fall off, but for most of us, we're going to make it to the end. Maybe the end is like my age, maybe the end is 90, who knows, but we'll make it longer. So what we got to do is stay focused, hang in there, and as I said yesterday, pick a field of investment and then stay focused on it stay focused on it. If it's, I'll reference somebody, another YouTuber, Michael Zuber. He talks about in 1999, I think it was 2000, making a lot of money in the stock market. He was day trading and losing a big chunk of it. He didn't lose it all, but he lost a big chunk of it. If he had stepped back and had studied stock investing, he would have made a fortune by now. Like, he might be wealthier with stocks than he is now with real estate, possibly, because he had a high income. He could have been putting his money into the stocks after they crashed, into the Amazons, into the other companies when they were beaten down. And if he just held on, not day traded, but held on, he'd be a millionaire many times over. Okay? But the good thing he did, he switched to real estate, and then he stuck with that. He stayed focused. If you pick a field of investing, stocks to me is easy, but the hard part is you got to make more money to put into it so it'll grow. If you only make a little bit and you barely can save anything because you're just grinding away with your job and with life, yes, you can get great returns, but if you have $2,000 and you double it, you got $4,000. If you have $100,000, you double, you got $200,000. So the more money you make, the more you put in, you speed up the process with stocks. With real estate, it's different because you can put a little bit of money in because the bank gives you the rest. And you put 20% down, the bank gives you 80%. And you buy an asset that over time appreciates and you get cash flow coming in. So I've said it before and I'll say it again. In my humble opinion, because I'm not a CPA, I'm not a financial attorney, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not an attorney CPA. I'm not an expert on anything, I'm just mazske sharing stories. But in my humble opinion, I think real estate has the potential to grow more wealth for the average American than stocks do. Stocks can do it, but real estate has a greater chance because you can explode your real estate portfolio if you want to. Okay? Modern times now, young folks in particular and older folks are getting into investing in crypto. Crypto, you can use a little bit of money to get, like $5. You can use a very little bit of money to get started. Again, you got to stay focused on it. You got to study it. My personal opinion, I think anyone investing in crypto should have that just be a small percentage of their overall portfolio. I understand now there are people out there who are taking a little bit of money, putting it in crypto, and they're trying to ramp up their profits. Maybe they have $5,000 and they want to get to $25,000, get it to $50,000 so they can ramp it up. My suggestion, if knowing what I know now, I would try to make the quick, because crypto is like more quick money. Yes, you can buy it and hold it long term, but it can change in a heartbeat. So if you make a big profit, you might want to pull some out. When you pull it out, I watch YouTube videos of folks, they put it in a different crypto. Maybe that's okay. They're studying it, they're learning it. But if it was me, I think I'd pull some out and put it for a down payment for a rental house and get that cash flow coming in. And then if I made more money in crypto, I'd pull some of the profit out and buy another rental property. That's, I think, what I would do. Okay? But that's me. We all have different ways of things of interest in life. Okay? But the point is, we got to keep grinding away. Just day after day, down in the mud, the muck, the blood, the sweat, the tears. You just keep grinding away. Stay focused on the end. You just stay focused. It'll come. You'll get what a life. That's what you'll get. I went to one of my neighbors last night, me and the missus. It's on the other side of the canal, and we could have walked, we could have drove, we could have taken our kayak. One of the three. I'll let you use your imagination what we did. And we just stayed there for about 2 hours, just sitting around. His little lanai, he has a pool. He had a nice pool. It has a picture of a shark on the floor, and it looks like it's like sticking up with a shadow from the lights below it, but it's all tile. It's a 3D tile effect, and you're looking at it through the water. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. He has classic cars. He had a nice Porsche, nice MIG, 1951, I think it was. He's a car guy, and he's a good old guy. He's about 20 years older than me. So we had a good time sitting around just talking for a while. So, and we said the same thing too. It's like, what a life. What a life. He worked hard for longer than I did. And he's not an investor, I don't think. I'm not sure. Believe it or not, I didn't bring it up with him. But he's doing pretty good, I think, in life, whatever. I know some of what he did in his life, and he's doing pretty good. So anyway, we just got to stay focused on the end. Enjoy the little things in life. Take a walk, take a hike. You know, if you live somewhere where it's cold and it's snowing, enjoy it. Go sled riding. You know, if you got kids, enjoy your kids because they will grow up quick. Live life vicariously through your children because it'll enhance your life. Okay, just do the little things in life. Smell the roses. Stop and smell the roses sometime. And just keep plugging away, but keep investing because you can be like Mazske. You might be proud of yourself because you got $5,000. But then 20 years later, you might be like, you write a check for $5,000 because you got to put a new roof on a house because you got more than $5,000 in your checking account. Okay? You just keep plugging away. All right? So anyway, I could link it below, but I'm lazy. If you're interested in real estate, I got a video from a couple weeks ago on running your numbers. Watch that video, running your numbers. I don't have that many videos to scroll through. You can find it, running your numbers. If you're interested in stocks, look at some of my ones on stocks. I have a playlist on real estate, how I went from 0 to 25 rentals in 4 years. I stuck the running your numbers video in that playlist. So that's an easy way to find it. Just find my playlist on real estate. I think there's 5 videos in there. Okay. If you want to learn about real estate, in those 5 videos, I talk about almost everything there is that I learned about real estate. Okay? So anyway, it's time to move on with life. I got a load of clothes in the washing machine. We got a fancy dancy washing machine. It's only about a week old. We used it once already, so using it again. It should be about done, so I'll put those clothes in the dryer. So y'all hang tight. Stay safe. Keep plugging away. Mazske is signing out.